Oh my god! Whoever you are, I love you.
Oh, love you too!
All my friends, I love them so. All my friends know that I'm fucked up, but I like to pretend that they don't know.
What's up, guys? It is Kaylin, and I'm here with Mirabai Kukathas and her band. You guys mind introducing yourselves?
I'm Grafton Downs.
I'm serious. I did not clap to start the recording.
I'm Aiden.
Yeah, and these are my lovely collaborators, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I saw your music video, loved it. My question for you is kind of like, what the title was very interesting. I had to stare at it, and I was like, I wanted to try and understand, but I just wanted to ask you straight up, like, what does that, like, what was the whole meaning of that video?
Yeah, so the song is called Jesus Christ Made Seattle Under Protest, which is like an old Seattle saying, because the downtown streets are Jefferson, James, Cherry, Columbia, etc.,
Yeah.
and together it's spelled it's an acronym. Jesus Christ Made Seattle Under Protest. It's all the downtown streets in order.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a thing people would like tell their kids so you don't get lost downtown. If you remember Jesus Christ Made Seattle Under Protest, you're not going to get lost.
Oh.
And so I've always taken lots of walks, but especially with the pandemic, I was just taking like an hour and a half, 2 hour, 3 hour walk literally every day just to keep my sanity. I would pass by all those streets. And it was like this like marker of where I am and like kind of the monotony of how my life was and everyone's life was with the pandemic.
Yeah.
But then also when things started opening up a little bit, the first thing I did was I was taking walks with Grafton and Cirrus mostly, and just like talking to them about how I was feeling, and I'd take walks alone and I'd process my feelings, and like those walks are kind of what kept me going. And I wrote so many songs in my head, had so many big thoughts, and so I was like, I want to write an ode to walking through the city that I love, using this like old expression that people used to use to like not get lost.
I think that is very smart. Whoever came up with that should be awarded something, because I would definitely get lost because I wasn't born here in Seattle. So the only way I know something is because like we always like travel a lot and do so many things. But if I were to ever go by myself, I need Google Maps. I'm sorry. I'm not built like that. So that's good. That's good. That's like kind of like a system. My second question is that at the end of the video, I saw that like, the sneakers were busted. And I was like, what did that mean? Did it mean like the walk is over or like you reached a certain point?
So over the pandemic, I walked so much that I wore holes into about 4 pairs of sneakers, because and I told the director of that video, Connor Daniels, follow him, look him up, he's incredible. He was like, that's so funny. I have a pair of busted old shoes. I think it'd be really funny if we get a shot of you wearing those.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't have any like super deeper meaning other than that, like literally I walk so much that I get new shoes once there are literal holes in the bottoms of my old ones.
That's impressive. I don't think I could ever walk that much, and I walk a decent amount. Yeah. But that's cool. And then you threw them up on the sign. Did you get them down?
I think so. I was watching back the footage of it, and Grafton leans into Cirrus and goes, I bet you it'll take her 8 times to get him up there.
I think it did take you 8 times to get him up there.
I think it took me more than that, yeah. But you guys are just counting off how many times I fail. It's really funny to watch.
Nice.
I could not hear them when I was filming it. I was just like, my friends are back there being supportive. They're making bets. But it was sweet.
Nice. Okay. And then about the production, since you two helped her with how much?
Basically, I wrote the songs, and I wrote a bunch of songs, and I brought it to them, and I was like, let's do a cool project together. And so they chose those 3 out of a bunch that I played for them, and then Grafton, like, you can talk more about it, but arranged all the songs, wrote the chords, and then Cirrus engineered all the recording sessions and did all the production, and our friend David Nicoella, shout out, he's not dead, he's in Ohio, but he recorded the drums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did that take you guys? Like, was this kind of like a on the spot kind of decision, or you had this like planned out?
Yeah, I think it took like 3. I was only involved for like 3 or 4 days, where Mirabai had all these songs. We picked them, and she had like lyrics and melodies. So I put chords to them, and then I did bass, piano, and guitar. over, I want to say 3 days, about a year ago. And then the rest of the EP was all in Cirrus and Mirabai's hands.
Yeah.
So the initial tracking happened over that amount of time, and then we did, was it three 10-hour soup and singing days?
Yeah, we did 3 consecutive 10-hour days where we recorded vocals and ate so much soup and like a box of Oreos.
Yeah, and we had the most pristine, wonderful MIDI drums in the world, which were replaced by the truly robotic and inhuman drum.
Yeah, so it's like we got
wonderful
half
friend
of the work done in
everything.
3 days with the 3 of us, and then over the course of a year, we did, you know, three 10-hour days of vocal recording, and then sit around and wait to figure out drum stuff. Finally, we get David to do it, and then all the production stuff, and we're also busy. It took a year. Another one of the reasons it's called Eventually is because we kept being like, it'll be out in spring. It was not. It came out eventually.
Okay. We feel that. I feel that.
It was calculated.
It was a calculated eventually.
Yeah.
Nice. Question about the soup. Does that help with vocals?
Yes. So I have like a bunch of health conditions, but I have 2 that are specifically about my throat health. So I take it very seriously. I like don't eat like vocally irritating things like a week before a show or a recording session, and a lot of soup.
A lot of soup. Which one was your favorite?
I think we're big pho guys. I know it's a good serious hang where we're eating like raw beef in a park.
Oh yeah,
because we like
absolutely.
got some,
I like the risk.
because we got some pho and
Other than that,
it got cold.
The Panera brand chicken tortilla.
That was the other thing we got.
Nuts.
We got the
So good.
we got the Panera brand. It was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheddar broccoli soup is also real good.
Shut up,
It wouldn't help
Panera.
for your vocals because it's a dairy.
I see. I didn't think about that.
Mhm.
My bad.
But the Panera chicken tortilla, I would not mind a sponsorship deal. I don't think any of us would. Panera.
Another question I kind of have is about your lyrics, because I remember when we were at the Winter Magic, loved all your sad girl songs. I will just stand by that. Masa was telling me before, he was like, they're very passionate about like the lyrical standpoint of the music. So do you mind just like run that by me? Like just explain kind of what you're feeling and putting into it and how that just creates all of this.
The EP, well, they weren't written to be an EP because I wrote a bunch of songs and I was like, Grafton, Cirrus, pick with the ones that you like and find meaning and interest in, and we'll turn it into something cool. And sort of from that, we were like, oh, these are all songs about a desire for things to get better, but also to put things now into perspective and to kind of understand how you're feeling and why you're feeling it, and understand that it'll improve eventually. But I feel like the songwriting process, it's weird. Like the one about my hair, I didn't write a single song while I was in college. It was like the least conducive environment for that. But I wrote that song like over Thanksgiving break, while I was in Boston, seeing my godmother and seeing Grafton, and just like I felt so much safer when I was writing these songs. I wrote the Jesus song. When I was at home, I wrote the Machete song as soon as I got home for Christmas. Like I wrote all these songs in places where I just felt safe. I think for me, like I write songs that are not necessarily they're sad girl songs, like you said. They're about this discomfort, this like disquieting feeling, this like desire to be heard, to be understood, and like maybe for the person who's listening to also feel like they're being understood and heard. But I try to usually write in times and in places where I feel safe in doing so. I think writing is a form of like, reflection. You can't write from a place of like danger, and from a place of like terror. I mean, maybe you can. Sometimes you can. But I think it's a very different creative experience. And so for me, I really love this project because I started working on it when I came home for college over the break, and then I finished it after I dropped out. And so it was very much like a homecoming, coming back to people and a place where I felt safe, and to create something that I thought was really beautiful and was totally separate from anyone's expectations of me or us or anything.
That's all we needed, and that's it. Yeah, I loved all of that. That's really cool. A question for the band: how did you guys like get together? Was it kind of like a friends in the band thing, or you guys kind of met up? Like, what's the chemistry going on?
Cirrus and I have been playing music together since freshman year of high school.
Nice.
It's been 6-7 years, something like that now. And we've known Aiden that long as well. And we all played. I played Mopop's Sound Off competition with Mirabai, and Cirrus was also playing, and Aiden was also playing as well,
Nice.
all in the same year. Unfortunately, it got canceled because of COVID,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a lot of fun. And so Cirrus, Mirabai, and I decided to make this EP together, and it came out. We needed a drummer, and so we called on our good pal Aiden Lambros to lay down the drums for it.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a solo artist technically, but I love to play with the band. I'm Mirabai, they're the Mira band. And it's always really wonderful to have like different folks come in and out of that project. Grafton's probably the most like consistent member of that, but I've played with like multiple of every instrumentalist, and it's always like very honoring to have that experience. But I think like I met all these people at Sound Off doing all in different bands, except Grafton was in mine. But from that I became friends with all of them, and like this show and this project was just like me calling on people who I trust and care about, and we put on something I think it was really, really fun and really like felt really good. So
Yeah. All right. Anyone else wanted to share any thoughts about it?
What do I say? What do I do?
Whatever you feel.
What did I say? Why did you want to play in this show my band for this show? Do you like my music? Do you want to be my friend?
Well, yeah.
Do you like these people?
Of course I do. I like you all equally. There's no hierarchy towards my liking towards you guys. But no, yeah, I mean, I guess I will say, if I had to say something, I would say it's been a pleasure playing with these incredible musicians. So like Captain said, we've all played music together beforehand. So we've all kind of had this wonderful chemistry as musicians and as bandmates and as people. And, you know, Mirabai messaged me saying, hey, I know David was playing drums for this single. You know, would you want to fill in for this live show? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And, you know, as a musician, it's nice to do something that's different and diverse, you know, coming from playing all sorts of music bands beforehand. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a true pleasure to work with Mirabai, and I hope I get to work with her, you know, in the future.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Aiden and Cirrus are in a band together called Faith and Strangers. They're very good. They put out
Shameless
their
plug.
first EP. It's very good. And they're playing on the 12th? On the 8th?
The
On
8th. The 13th also,
The 8th
though,
and the
back
13th.
here at the Vera
The Vera.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be there with the punk. Was it the punk rock fashion?
Punk Fashion Show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Excited. I guess my next question, or it could be last. I don't know. Maybe it'll hit me later. It's fine. What's your like? In this, anyone and everyone can answer. What's your vision for what you guys have done today and like later on? Like, what are you guys hoping for to create as a band together or separately? Like, what are your goals? What are your ambitions?
I want to hear about your guys' ambitions. I know a little bit about them. I want to hear more. Do you have an ambition to share with the class, Cirrus?
I mean, I think specifically this project was just like, I love stuff that's sort of like crammed into a really small amount of time because it forces you to make a lot of decisions that you would sort of I don't know, debate over for a very long time and kind of delude the idea that's like, let's sit down for in a room for 3 days, you know, and record something. So that's what I really liked about this project. And from the production side of things, I am a huge perfectionist when it comes to mixing, as much as I can be. And for this release, I wanted it to be this like very polished, almost like Fleet Foxes sort of thing was like kind of what I had coming into it. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know, we recorded like an EP in 3 days in like a living room. And I think I really learned a lot from mixing this because like at the end of the day, we're in a living room, we're playing songs. It's much more about like, I think like the chemistry in the story than like the polished, you know, whatever
Like
corporate
finished
piece
project?
of, yeah, for sure. And I think the quality is less important than the story. And I really think that a lot of the chemistry and intention shines through in this. And so that's something that I want to carry into my future work for sure, is really serving the project and sort of like identifying the ethos and the energy behind it and having that be forward rather than like a specific sort of like idealization of something.
You use the word ethos, so that ends it. Yeah, that's it.
Shout out Anne and Kevin for letting us use their living room.
Yes.
Those are my parents.
Oh, nice.
You got any ambitions to share with the class?
He used the word ethos. I can't follow that.
No topping
there's,
it.
There's still pathos.
Well, pathos, ethos. There's another one.
Logos. Yes. I think I took a psychology class and sometime. I think it's I don't remember. I'm not sure as far as ambitions. I love, I had a lot of fun helping like make this project come to fruition. And I had a ton of fun, sitting down with Mirabai and playing, just like having her sing parts and like play different chords over it and say, what do you like this? Do you like this? Like, how can I help you make this like a reality? Like, how do we make this happen? And I'd like to do, as much as that, as much of that, as I can.
Yeah.
Ethos. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I love working with these people. I'm recently starting to like work alone more too, and they're very different feelings, and they're both rewarding, and they're both fun, and they're both scary. And I think like for me, like my ambition at this point is like I want to find a way to keep doing both of those things more. I want to play more shows by myself without sacrificing playing shows with these people and making more connections with more incredible people. I want to these people have done so much to support. Like we made this together, but it came out under my name. That's a huge like gift that these people have given me. I want to give that back to them in any way I ever can. And I want to keep doing this, and I want to. And these songs are. It's a song about like a family legend about my great aunt. It's a song about how much I love this city and my friends. It's a song about deep insecurity but still self-love throughout it. Those are some pretty like personal things. I feel very touched. I get to share that with people, and then they take the time to listen, and you take the time to ask me about it. Like that's a huge gift, a huge honor. And these people take the time to like help me make it a reality. Like I want more of that, if that's not greedy, and I want to do a better job at it, and I want to keep doing it. And I want to do it with these people and more people and myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much in this interview, y'all. I don't understand. I don't know how you cannot see it, okay? These people understand. All right. Well, that's it for logistical questions. Now I'm going to throw, like, let loose, silly, whatever in the world they are. Yes, Ace. Yeah. I said fun and silly, not controversial.
Pancakes at home, waffles out in the wild. Because I if you need an extra appliance to make it, that's gatekeeping. I don't stand with it. Pancake, anyone can make them. So simple. That's
you can buy $5.
yes,
Also
like,
true.
You have to. It's another step in the process, and like
it gets crispy. You don't get the amount of crisp on a pancake that you do on a waffle.
I have something to say on this. Nobody, tell me one person in the world that would enjoy something described to them as a crispy pancake. I don't think a single person in the world would enjoy
That's
that.
called a crepe. That's a crepe.
No, crepes
Are not crispy.
I mean, they
can be a little crispy. You get
Maybe
that
on,
kind
like,
of
the
like
outside.
the outside, yeah. Well, the
Waffles have got
inside
that
of a
golden
waffle.
crust, that texture, that
You get
bite.
crunch. It stands up to the syrup.
I'm not
Pancakes become
arguing.
a mess.
I'm not arguing against the pan.
Sog disc.
I was also pro waffle. I was just pro waffle and pancake in their different contexts. Pro waffle out when you're at a restaurant.
The question was pancakes or waffles, not I like them both.
There's no like all of the.
Do you remember when you asked me what my favorite color was? Like like day 2
Did you
of knowing
say
each
I
other.
like all of them?
That's true.
I said I didn't want to hurt any of the colors' feelings, so I taught myself to like all of them. You made that face.
Oh damn,
like-
Ace, what you do?
That's what happens when you bring controversy into this.
Bro.
Me personally, I think I'm gonna go with waffle because I don't have it as much.
Thank you.
Ooh.
So anytime I do, like
Mhm.
every blue moon,
Mm-hmm.
it just hits so much better than having it like all the time. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is my point, though. My point is that like the waffle is an incredible special occasion thing. I'm thinking the pancake is, it's the girl next door. It's the everyday. It's the takes 10 minutes to whip it up. It's,
Waffle's the special occasion, though.
Yeah.
That means it's something significant. It's more significant
you
than
see
a
your,
pancake.
I see my mother every day. Do I love her less than the person that I see once a year?
Oh, that's good.
All right,
That's
next
good.
question.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for this interview. It was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. I won't be able to think of waffles or pancakes the same ever again. Next time I go, be like,
Pancake
damn.
is your mother, Like,
Yeah.
if you don't love the pancake, you don't love your mother.
We're going to IHOP after this to settle this nonsense. This is insane.
Hash browns?
I got ham last time and everyone yelled at me.
You deserve that.
Listen, man, if the choices are bacon, sausage, and ham,
I wanted ham.
That should've been the
Bacon's
question.
good.
That should have been the question: bacon or sausage?
Damn. I'm gonna add that next time.
it's bacon or sausage. Fine. Ham? Like
Ham's
hey,
like the alternative, like the cousin, but like, they need love
It's
to, I
the
guess.
same stuff as bacon.
It's thick, wet bacon, man. I don't know.
Not if you don't.
I've never heard that before.
you know what? Never mind.
This
Sorry.
is why I don't like going to IHOP with you.
Sus.
Grafton is valid for the ham.
Mm.
Oh,
Grafton can have ham.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Caitlin with Mirabai. Do you guys want to plug yourselves with your music and social media, all that fun stuff?
On my website, if you go to my website / any of their names, you'll find links to literally all of their projects, all of the stuff they've ever put out, and all their social media. And my website is just mirabaikukathas.com. And whatever you guys want to plug.
You can find wonderful Mirabai on Instagram at Mirabai Kukathas. You can also find, like we mentioned earlier, he and I are in a band called Faith in Strangers. You can find us out on Instagram where we post all of our shows and everything. And also too, you can find my other band, David's Van, on Instagram and on Facebook. And yeah, that's all I have to share.
You can find me on Instagram at Cirrus Levine, all one word. Good luck spelling that, though. If you liked my production, you can reach out to me for production work if you want to sound like your songs were recorded and mixed in a busy Capitol Hill neighborhood living room. Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Ann and Kevin.
Faith in Strangers, Creatures of Habit, out everywhere. My solo project is called Greenhorn Riot, and a greenhorn is an idiot, so it's Idiot Riot, and I think that holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's out everywhere as well. I think that's it. Yeah.
My Instagram username, I'm like pretty sure it's grafton.downs. It could be something different. I don't really remember. If it's not that, you can find it on Mirabai's website. I live in Boston, so if anyone is watching this from Boston or listening from Boston, follow me on Instagram. I play a bunch of shows. There's a lot of stuff. It's crazy.
Nice. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. This is Caitlin with Ground Zero Radio, where we listen to be heard, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Woo.
I think we need to change your Instagram handle.